Hello, first responders. It's Johanna with Holiday Planet with our shore excursions announcement for our First Responder Cruise 2026 Oktoberfest. I'm going to talk you through our itinerary today and the shore excursions that Tommy and I have chosen in case you want to be on the same ones as us, or you could choose the other options. We do have options in each port. And of course, all of these excursions are included in the cruise price that you've already paid. You can choose as many of them as you want for free. So please refer to the booking instructions that are in the email that goes out with this video. For those of you who have already done your online check-in, the shore excursion selection is right there in the same portal where you did your check-in. If you have not checked in yet, you will have to do that first before the shore excursions become available for selection. I am going to talk you through, like I said, what ones Tommy and I are doing. Hi, Kim. But you can choose anything you like. And then when you get to the ship, you can also make changes. You're really not locked in to the excursions. You could wait and get there and talk to the cruise manager or the wellness manager on board about, how long is that biking tour and how difficult is the biking, or how much walking is there on this tour or that tour? How much free time will we have? Once you get on board the ship, you may be able to ask more questions that might change your mind about exactly what you want to do, and changes are perfectly fine. They just ask that we pre-select so that they can start to get an idea how many people they'll have for the different tours, just for head count purposes. The only kind of caveat in terms of tour selection, hi Denny, is for the biking tours, you can only sign up for a max of two per person. That's because the bike tours are the one thing that can really fill up because they only have a limited number of bikes. But otherwise, all the rest of the tours, they should theoretically have enough space for all of us to go on all of the tours. So we don't need to worry too much about things filling up. Okay, to get started, on the morning of October 7th, we will still be in Amsterdam, and Tommy and I will do the Amsterdam Canal Cruise. That day, it's really simple. You're just having kind of like time on your own or the cruise, which should be fun. We will be on a boat on the canals. There's a short walk. They walk us from the ship over to the small boat, put us on the boat. We get the full, guided tour of the history of the canals and some of the more famous bridges like the Skinny Bridge and the Leaning Houses and all of that fun stuff. The next day, on the 8th, we are in Cologne, and we are going to do the Cologne walking tour that includes Cologne Cathedral. That's probably the biggest sightseeing opportunity there. And the version of that tour that we're doing includes a stop at a pub for a glass of Kolsch beer. So that should be fun to visit that local tavern together. There are options though on that day too, including a bike tour, I believe. The next day in Rudesheim, it's kind of a hard decision because there is the cable car that goes over the vineyards so you can see the beautiful views from above. There's also wine tasting, walking through the vineyards, tasting at 3 different spots. And there's a hike that goes up to a really beautiful scenic vista where you can overlook the vineyards. So tough choice that day. Tommy and I are going to do the wine tasting. And then in the evening, there's a special evening tour after dinner to go out and enjoy some special local coffee. I believe that it's a coffee drink with brandy, and it may have some whipped cream and sprinkles or something fun like that. There's more in the tour description if you want to do that extra little coffee experience in the evening. Like I said, even if you pick more than one thing that day, it is included, and I think that sounds fun, so we are signing up for that one. The next day will be in Ludwigshafen, and the key thing to see there is to go to the very romantic town of Heidelberg. So we will pick the Heidelberg Philosopher's Path hike. And the hiking is probably not the top choice. There are some other more general Heidelberg tours if you want to see the sights of the city and then have free time. That is also available, but we will do the hiking. And then the next day, which is now the 11th, in Strasbourg, there are options again. There's a walking tour, a biking tour. We are going to do the morning tour that day called Gem of the Alsace, which goes to Strasbourg Cathedral. And you know, some of these walking tours that go around and see all the sights of the city, they have different pace options. They will group up people from the ship who want to walk at a gentle pace, a regular pace. Some tours even have an option for an active pace. Tommy and I have either picked the regular or active, whatever is the most active option for that day, if you want to make sure that you're with us. But I'm grateful for any of you who need to go at a slower pace, or someone who walks with a cane or wants to do minimal walking, that those gentle options are available for you. Then that's the next day we're in Basel. That's the last day of the cruise. And that day there are morning and afternoon options, and we have chosen one of each. So in the morning we will do the Basel City walking tour, which goes through the charming old town to see all the history and architecture. It's not a super long tour, just about an hour and 45 minutes. And then in Haijiu, the afternoon, we're doing a castle ruins hike. It's a very scenic and beautiful, but they call it a strenuous hike. If that sounds good, I hope you'll join us. And then starting on the 13th, you're either disembarking or you're coming on the post-cruise excursion down to Lake Como. Everyone who's doing that post-cruise, it also goes to Lucerne. So we will have that on the 13th. But if you're not doing that, if you're leaving and going home or going somewhere else afterward, on the 12th, there is a full day tour option to go to Lucerne. So if you're not doing the post-cruise adventure with us, that might be a really nice option. Instead of doing 2 morning and afternoon, you could do the full day to Lucerne on the 12th. Then once we head out on that post-cruise adventure, taking the train down to Como, there are 2 optional tours, but it's not like there's lots of different choices. It's just kind of a take it or leave it. So you can either sign up for the included tour, or if you would rather do your own thing that day, not sign up for it. And then they know like how many people to plan for. And the first one on the 14th. I think that's supposed to say on my notes the 13th. That's the Lucerne walking tour. And then on the 14th, there is a Como walking tour that you're either signing up for or not. And then the 15th, it's the Lake Como boat cruise to Bellagio. And I think it's so neat that that's going to be the last thing that we get to do together on this grand adventure, because I think it'll really be a cherry on the top of our Sunday. I'm looking forward to sharing all of these experiences with you. If you have any questions, you can certainly put them in the Facebook comments below. We have answers. And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe with notifications on so that you'll never miss another First Responder Cruise announcement. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. And the next thing that you need to watch for is your itinerary coming. We're going to send you an itinerary out of turn. Please watch for those. Check everything. It's very important that you know exactly what you're signed up for and what you're not signed up for in terms of everything outside of AmaWaterways, anything we've arranged for you. So those final turn itineraries are going to be coming for your detailed review and approval. Thanks, first responders. Stay safe out there. Bye.